identification is here. The password is here. The username and password is here. So I'm going to copy and paste. That is for the admin account. The password is password. So this is the admin dashboard. We can create voters. People are going to vote. I've already created one person. Let's create another person. Let's create another person. So new. Can you give me any name to use to create a user? Kindly provide a name for me. I believe most of you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So kindly provide a name for me.
How about Weblies?
Web,
Weblies.
like this.
Yes.
Okay. Let's give you a tree name. So Kwaku. And then let's use a password. So we save. You are our new voter. So we have
So,
Webley's
sir,
Kwaku here.
yes. Are you working?
Okay, we
Hello?
have Webley's, can you mute your mic?
Yes, I have a question. Sorry.
Okay, I'm listening.
This is on Port Sugar, right?
No, this is not on Portugal. This is a locally host machine.
Okay. Okay.
This is locally hosted. So I've shown you where you can download it from. It's on Camp Codes. I've closed the link. I think
Yeah, I saw the link when you opened campus.
okay. So I installed it locally on my machine. So this is the admin. We have two voters here. Let's create positions. Let's create positions. We are going to have an election. So let's say SRC president, right? And then the number of votes that somebody can have is can vote for is one. So we save it. Okay. Then let's create candidates. Help me get some candidates who are contesting for the SRC position.
Osai to Dixon.
Okay. Okay. Let me not insert anything here. So we save it. So you said Dixon, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I've created a portfolio for which somebody will vote. We can create other portfolios too, but I'm limiting it to these two people who are going to contest. And then ballot position, we can change it. We can move one up or down. We also have the title of the election. So 2024 SRC elections. So this is the admin dashboard, and you can all see that nobody has voted so far, right? And for the two candidates, we have Frimpong and Asoma. Okay. Now let's log into. Sorry. Let's log into one of the accounts. Let's log into one of the accounts, but to get the voter ID of the person, I want to go into the database and pick the person's voter's ID. So this is the database vote system. The voters are here. So this is the person's voter's ID. We did not provide it. It was given to us from the system. So we supply the voter's ID here, and then we type the person's password. We sign in. So when the person who has signed in here is Asante Kofi. I believe you can all see it where my mouse is hovering.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So we have Asante Kofi. I think that when I changed the election title, it didn't change. So let me go back and change it. SRC 2024. If still doesn't change, I'll leave it like that. 2024. Save. Okay, still did not change. So let's leave it like that. So this is the system. You can vote for only one. You can vote for only one. Now, for a normal user, all you will do is just click, then you submit, right? But when you want to think like a hacker, the first thing you do is to try and inspect the page. You try and view the page source to see if the person is leaking any sensitive information. So, for example, I come here, then I try to see if there is any sensitive information being leaked. Because sometimes there's an information leakage and we don't see it. So, I'm going to take my time and go through and see if there's an information being leaked out. Okay, so far there is none, but that should not let our hopes die down. Now, this was for the this is for the user. Let's come to the admin. Let's come to the admin and do the same thing. Hello, I'm listening. It could be username, it could be password, it could be any other sensitive information which a hacker can use to get access to the account or to even the database. Let me give you an example. So let's look at the admin. This is the admin dashboard. I am viewing the source of the admin dashboard. Look at it carefully. Can you see here where my mouse is? Input type, password. Can you see it? Can you see
Yes.
value? Can you see the value of the password?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see that he is leaking the admin's password. Look at this value. Look at this value. Come to the database. This is the admin database. Look, it's the same thing here. This is the password for the admin. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So you see that the person is leaking the admin's password within the web page, but you will not find it here. When you open it like this, you will not find it here. Any questions? So he's leaking the admin username here, and then he's also leaking the password here. Any questions? I want to continue, but I want to pick any questions from you. Please tell the others we've started. You've seen the first vulnerability,
Um,
so they should quickly join. Please share it on the page. They should quickly join us if they've not. Eric, we are listening to your question.
yeah. So I just want to ask, from that when you open the database, it looked like it's a hashed password. I don't know how
Yes,
the system was designed, but if the hash password was leaked, is it possible that the actual password would could be decoded?
yes,
Because when
it's
it is
possible
hashed,
to decode it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. We are going to take our time and go through this whole thing. So look at it. I like your question. Look at it here. I'll go to terminal and using, if you are familiar with terminal, okay. So I'm using hashcat. I'm going to use hashcat to determine what type of hash I am having.
okay,
Okay, no help. Or let me come to um, Cyber Chef. Let me see if it can help me.
And the hash ID would help you.
Hash crack. Let's search
Identify
for hash crack. So there are many.
80.
Okay, let me use station. Okay, so let's see if it's able to.
I think Crack Station has a problem with decrypting this kind of hashes. So
Okay,
you
but
can use there is the hash ID command from the terminal to identify
the hash ID from, yeah, yeah, yeah.
from the terminal hash ID.
Hash ID, yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. So this is a blowfish encryption. It's an open source encryption, and so it is telling us the type of encryption. So we can now use hashcat to now decode it. Sorry, this is not a zero. This is blowfish. So let me do a help to know for. Sorry. So basically, that's what you do. You try to use the hash ID to identify it. Um, you try to use the hash ID to identify it. If it's a simple um, kind of encryption, then the crack station can crack it for you. You can also use CyberChef to test whether is a base 64, it's a URL, whatever. You can try these things to see. Okay. Thanks so much. Who was that? Who gave me the hash ID? Um,
Jeffrey.
oh, okay. So confirm hack tech. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So now back to okay. So we see that we are the one who wrote the script is actually leaking some details, even though these details are not in the user are not in is not in the user view source. Probably there can be other links. For example, I saw somebody's website and then it was giving you straight links. Let me see if I can find it here for you. This is information gathering is actually legal. There's nothing illegal about information gathering. Is that okay? I think okay. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, 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 yes. So this is the website, this is the view source. So I try to go to these websites, the ones you see here as SRC, whatever. Then I found out that you can simply you can simply browse to this sorry slash images, and these are all the images listed on the site. So if there were other places which contain sensitive information, then you can easily browse to it. How did I get it? I just looked at the page source and then I got it. Please, any questions? Okay, so basically that's one portion where you can find sensitive information. Let's go on. Please, is there any questions?
I think there's one question in the chat. Someone is asking it, how did you get the secret key to decrypt?
How will you get?
The secret key for the decryption.
Oh, we have these tools in Kali. Hashcat can help you with it. So, for example, Hashcat let me look for what I should have done. Okay, so let me look for something like this. Sorry, then grep something like this. So it's a B crypt. Oh, sorry, it's a B crypt. So if I use hashcat dash m and then I type the number here, it's a blowfish. Can you see that it begins with, if you look at the code very well, if you look at the encrypted, it begins with $2, 2y, then $sign. And if you look at this one carefully, you see that it begins with $sign, star, $sign. So it's telling you that it is encrypted using blowfish encryption for Unix. One of the powerful encryption you can have. So I'll say 3200, then I'll put that code there. If I begin to run this, it's going to take about 90% of my CPU. So I'm not going to do that. It means we will lose connection. So if you want to crack it and you have a very powerful graphic processor, then it's going to help you crack it. Have I answered the question, please?
Yeah, I think I get it. I don't know.
Okay.
I have a few other questions, but I think I'll reserve them to the end of the lesson so I don't disrupt the flow.
Okay. So if you have joined, please kindly tell people on the page that we have started. Okay. So let's try to vote. Let's try to vote. And in our circumstance, we should all be able to vote for one person. We should all be able to vote for one person and one person alone, right? Okay. So now I'm coming back to my admin. Please mute. Somebody's background has noise. Please mute if
Oh,
yours is
sorry.
like that. Okay, so I'm refreshing it. I want you to see that nobody has voted. There's one position, two candidates, two voters, but nobody has voted, the red one. Let me now use this guy to vote. So he's voting for the first person, David Asuma, and then he will submit. So view ballot. He voted for who? David Asuma. Please, is that okay with us all?
Yes, yes.
Now let's go back and try to see if he can vote again. So I'll come to voters. This is his. I need his voters ID to let me log out. Let me try to log in with the same person's voters ID. Type his password. Sign in. You see, you have already voted, so you can't vote again. Is that okay? Now let's view ballot. He voted for David Asuma. Okay. But the way hackers think is actually different. So now I'm going to take you to the hackers tool of choice, which is BebSuite. Whether you have the community edition or the pro edition, it will work. So let's go to BebSuite. Then under BebSuite, I'll come to HTTP history. I'm going to filter it to the last request. I'm going to filter it to the last request. So this is the last request. This was the person logging in. So if I pull this up a little, let me pull this up a little. If you look below, you see the request. Somebody placed a request, which was vote system login.php. And this is what the person submitted. Look below. You see voter is equal to the voter's ID of the person and his password. Please, do we all see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the response he got was a 302 here on the right hand side, which means a redirect. So the login was successful, meaning you provided the correct login details, and so it is going to redirect you to the correct site, which is on top here. Sorry, this is this one. So now you are logged in, uh, and this is what the person sees. Is that not how we saw?
Yes.
Good. So basically, that is it. Now let's go back to when he voted. When he voted, because I have experience or I have taken my time to look at this, I know that this is when, uh, sorry, this is for the admin. This is when the person voted. So if you look at this request on the left hand side, it says vote system, submit ballots. This was when the person voted. And so what was the request that was sent? The request that was sent was vote for the SRC president whose code is 18 and vote is equal and vote. So let's come to our database. Let's see the candidates. Who has an ID of 18 from this table? Where the mouse is hovering. Who has an ID? David
That's David.
Asuma.
David.
So you see, instead of sending the name, it sent the ID, which is what? David. Uh, David Asuma's ID, which is 18. Thank you. So now I'm going to come back to this side, and I'm going to send this request to a section of verb called repeater. Repeater. I want to repeat some actions. So I'll click on repeater, and then at the top side here, you see that the repeater was orange. So I'm going to click on it. So this is the request. I've brought it to repeater. I can send this request many times, and then I will note how it will respond. If I come back here, you see that I've only voted once. So it's showing once. Now, let me go back to the repeater and send this request and see if the person can vote more than once. So let me click on send 302, because it's a 302, meaning that he wants to redirect me. So on top here, I will click on follow redirection. So he says it's okay. Let's see what the browser is showing us. Ballot submitted. Wow. I have been able to vote again. Let's confirm if that is actually true. So I come back to the system, view ballots. No, it's not showing. So let me log out and log in again. Type the password. Now, how many times has he voted?
Two.
So you see, the person is able to vote for more than once, which should not be the case. Any questions? By just sending this, I can do it many times. Let me go back. So to go back, look at where my mouse is hovering. The back symbol, this back symbol. I'm going to go back. Then I'll send the request again. Sorry, I'll send the request again. Let's follow the redirection. It says I've voted again. Let me log out and see if it's correct. If I've voted again, you see, I voted again. Questions? Questions? Am I disconnected because the place is so quiet?
No.
Exactly. Exactly. And the database is not filtering those requests. It seems as if it looks as if um, it's not doing any checks on the person who is trying to vote again. Let's see if this same person can vote for two candidates rather than one. So now we've seen that the person can vote for more than once, and two, let's see if he can vote for the two candidates, because from what we saw that you can only vote for one. It was a radio button, right? Let's see if by using repeater we can vote for another person. So here we see that the SRC president, the person he's voting for, the code is 18. Let's go and check the other candidates and see the code for that person. The code for the other person is 19. Who is Dixon Frimpong? Is Dixon still online? Is Dixon still online? Okay, sorry. So let's change the code from 18 to 19. Then let's send it and see. So we send the request, follow the redirection. Okay, am I getting any? Okay, so submit ballots. Okay, so submit ballots. Let me go to 19, sorry. Then send, follow redirection. Wow, I have voted again. So now let's go back to the user, log out, type his password, and then view ballot. Wow. Apart from him being able to vote for David Asuma, he has also voted for what? Dixon Frimpong. That's why we are saying that anytime you're trying to create a software, you should factor in security from the beginning. And security should not be should not be an afterthought. It should always be from the beginning. Please, are we learning something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Favor.
Yes. My phone turned off. I just left for like 2 minutes and I returned back. Did I miss anything?
I think what you missed is that the same person is able to vote for more than
Yes,
one
I've
person.
seen it. Yes. Okay.
So David, he has been able to vote for David 3 times, has been able to vote for Dixon Frimpong 2 times. Let's come to the admin side and see if this is actually true. So we come to the admin side. Let's refresh the admin panel. Okay, so let me log in as admin. Have you seen that? Look here. How many voters voted?
1.
How many votes can be counted from the graph below? From the bar chart we have, how many votes can you count here?
5.
5.
5. So it
5.
means that one person has indeed voted for 5 people. So assuming that it was an SRC election where we had 10,000 students, how will the admin be able to notice that one person has voted for? Please, can we see it?
Yes.
More questions, especially from the and we need more answers also from the top guys. I know there are many people who are top. It's only an opportunity. I'm sharing what I have found with you.
Yes. How did you vote for the second person?
How did I vote for the second person?
Yes.
I went to the repeater and then I changed it. I changed the request from 18 to 19. If there is an 18, then there must be a 19 or there must be a 17. Is that okay?
Yes,
So,
it is.
so to vote for the person, all I have to do is to know the person's ID, and then I'll just add it, and then it will vote for me. We are going to exploit a third vulnerability a third vulnerability I have found, and then um, I'll leave it to the guys to ask questions. Please, I always love questions to help me to learn more. So I always love questions.
I have a question, sir.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
know if
listening.
it's in the question, but you know, your locals where you got the second the second user admin ID.
Okay, second user admin ID. Um, is it this one?
Yes, yes. Okay. So if how do I put it? I'm sorry. Can't see the screen. Okay. All we need is the ID and that is us.
Yes, all you need to vote for the person is the ID.
Yes, when you cracked the person password, that password that was hidden in the
The
inspect
two
part of
steps.
the phone.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
This one.
yes, with Ash.
Uh-huh.
What key did it bring out?
We did not crack it. What I said was that this is the code. What I said was that if I mean to crack it, it is going to use 90% of my CPU. It means I'm going to lose connection to you. Please do get it.
Yes.
So if you have a very strong, a very good graphic processor, not just a processor, what is used for password cracking is a graphic processor, the GPU. So if you have a very strong GPU, then you can try it. It's going to give you the accurate password.
Okay.
You can also probably try other online tools. I was trying to see if we can get one from this site, CrackStation. I was trying to see if CrackStation could do it for us. It could not. There are other places where you can crack it. So you just go online and try to crack it. But even without cracking the admin password, what we are saying that the person, the user, the normal user can vote more than once.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Is there any
Now
way we
I'm going to
can try
show
this
you.
ourselves?
Now I'm going to show you. If you want to get the admin user, I'm going to show you if you want to get admin user, but you don't have a very strong GPU, graphic processor to crack the password, I'm going to show you the simplest way to get access to the admin panel. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to show you how hackers get access to the admin panel and either manipulate or change things. So let me open Paint. Then I would type certain things to. Okay. I want to illustrate something in Paint, and then we will move on. So whenever you open an application, the application can use three things to identify you as a user. The sorry, we have your credentials, we have cookies, and then um, okay, I'll remember the third one. So for these cookies, we have the PHP session ID, and then we have the tokens. Good, 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 good. And then we have the session tokens, where we have the JWT tokens and all that. Probably it's too small. Let's increase it. Okay, I believe you can all see it now. So these are the three ways by which an application know that you are indeed the person performing this action. So we have the credentials, which is your username and password, and then we have the cookies. We have the cookies, usually um, the PHP session ID. Then we have the session tokens. We can use any of this. These are trust mechanisms. These are trust mechanisms, and we can use any of these trust mechanisms to exploit the system. So when we come to our application here, when we come to this application, I go to applications. Let me applications. I went to okay. Let me start. I went to inspect. The first one was view source, but this time I'm going to inspect. If I come to inspect and click on application, I'm looking for cookies or session IDs. So this is the way the software is knowing that I'm indeed who I say I am. So I'll click on this, and this is my PHP session ID. Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So for the top people here, for the hackers here, I know you also have a web browser extension. This is it. Oh, where's my extension? Do I have it? Oh, okay. Not in this browser. Okay. So this is the PHP session ID that is being used to identify me as an admin. If you come to the user, this is the user account. This is the user account. Sorry. Um, so, oh, okay. So it's open the browser I was trying to open, and okay. So this is the user account, and this is let's see. I hope it's not the same. Sorry. This is the user ID for the admin. Let me come to the user. H8C. Okay. Okay. So let me log out. Let me log in from here. I'm logging in as a user from this. Come on. Okay. I'm logging in as the user from this system, from this browser. Sorry. Let me go and look at this. So voters. So paste it. Password. So Asante Kofi has logged in here. All that he can do is to view his ballot. Yes, indeed, he has voted 5 times, which is very illegal. Then I wanted to show you this extension, which will help you to know the PHP session ID without necessarily going to where I went to. So this is the extension here, cookie editor. When I click on it, okay, so this is the PHP session ID being used. So this is the ID, the PHP ID of this user. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Now let me go to inspect again and go to application. So this is the PHP session ID. You can confirm that it's the same, the IP something something, right? Okay. Now let me bring it down because on the side, okay. Let me expand it. Oh, no, no, let me bring it down because I want to show you something from the bottom. So look at the HTTP only flag. Look at the secure flag. Look at the same site flag. These three things should always be set so that you can ensure that the cookies, one, cannot be stolen, and two, should always come from just the same person. Let me show you. We have a vulnerability called cross-site scripting. If your HTTP only and secure flags are not set, it means that any hacker can write a simple script. For example, let me like this: document dot cookie, and it will just pop up your session ID. The way the phone did ping, I thought one of you has sent me a mobile money, as a thank you gift. Sorry. Okay.
It will
So
come. It will come.
okay. So we see here that the HTTP only flag is not set. The secure is also not set. The same site will also prevent something we call cross-site request forgery. So if these three things are not set, it means that you are vulnerable to three things. You are vulnerable to XML, you are vulnerable to cross-site request forgery. Oh, sorry, I'm saying XML. Sorry, XML external entities. But CSS, cross-site
SSS.
SS.
SSS. Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm still thinking about the mobile money. That's why. So it's you can be exploited using cross-site scripting, can be exploited using cross-site request forgery. So the person who designed the script actually didn't take notice of that. You're saying that always security should be paramount. Always security should be paramount. So let's see. Let me copy this. Sorry, let's copy the admin. We know that we have logged in here as Asante Kofi in the Brave browser. Let me come to this browser where I have logged in as admin. I'm going to copy the admin's cookie. Let's take it to the user. So assuming the hacker is able to write a code to get your cookie, and then he brings it in here, edit the value. Let's insert. Let's insert the admin cookie. Now press enter, and we now refresh our page. I believe it's a valid session, right? Okay. Okay, let me. Okay, I think
Refresh.
there's a challenge. Let me log in again. Okay, sorry.
Let me refresh.
So local hosts. Okay, sorry. So I come to my cookie editor, change it Let me come to my admin, refresh. Probably the admin. Yes, yes, yes. The admin had logged off. That's why. So the cookie I copied was for the admin. So um, okay. And you can see that even though I have logged out and logged in, can somebody tell me, did this one change? Did the cookie value change?
No.
No. So that's another vulnerability. That's another vulnerability. Okay. So um, there's another vulnerability where, okay, save. Okay, let me. Why is this? Sorry, it's like the cookie I'm picking is still for the user. The cookie I'm picking is still for the user. So it's not. I want to clear it and then we to log out.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Kwame.
Boss,
Yeah, please can you get a recording after like after?
on Google Meet, it's not possible to record. So probably
Oh,
if you have a good Zoom account, next time you share it with me.
okay, okay,
It's not possible to record on Google Meet.
okay.
I
Uh-huh.
think
Yes.
I usually go with a Chrome extension, and it helps me to record a full screen.
Hey, encoding and decoding.
Oh, but why would
Okay,
you even do that? How would
okay,
you see?
okay. Why am I getting the same? It should not be the same for the user end, even though I've logged out. Delete.
Mm,
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
not sure.
okay. Oh, sorry. I've not seen it. Okay, so So this is the cookie for the. I'm not getting a new cookie value here after I deleted the other one. So I'm getting a new cookie ID aside uh, the one from the admin. This is the one from the admin. So we copy this, bring it here. Let's try and log into this guy's account and see if it will change or not. Okay. Okay, so this one, the cookie value is set. Wow, how was it set? Come in, just a minute.
You can change the access ID.
I think
Okay,
that was for the that's for the PHP my admin, if I'm not mistaken.
okay. That's for my PHP man. Okay. Sorry. So I want to bring the. Okay, good. So now it's working. You see that even though I was logged in as a user, as soon as I change the session ID, as soon as I change the session ID to the admin, it has logged in. I've been able to log in as admin. So to the one who was asking the question about cracking and whatever, sometimes you don't even have to think about cracking. All you have to do is look for other ways where you can get access to the admin account. I think we've learned three things today. I would like to pause here if there are any questions. Three different ways to hack web applications. Kindly share with others, and then next time, if there are questions, okay. So Sir John has raised his hand. Confirm Tech is also here. So Sir John, let's go. Sir John, your question. Confirm Tech, your question.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for this. Please, I'm talking from a normal user perspective, like not being able to access the admin account. That's you won't be able to know that this one, the
The
SES ID,
session ID.
yeah, SES ID of the admin. So how are you going to manage to get the ID for your normal user account? If they haven't given you the logins for the admin account.
Yes, so I am saying that there are ways where you can get the there are three different ways. In fact, not just these two.
Yeah.
You have something we call session fixation. I will log into my account. I'll get my session ID. No, before I log into the account, before I log into my normal user account like this, before I log into the normal user account, what I will do is that I will pick the session ID. I'll pick, so there are different ways. Sorry. This is the session ID before I have logged in. So I'll pick this one and send it to the admin. And through social engineering, I believe you are aware of social engineering.
Yeah.
You try to convince him to use the link you have sent. He will not see this session ID. He will see a kind of link you are sending to him. So when he clicks on the link, he's using your session ID to now log in. So now if you use this ID to also log in, your sessions are connected with the admin session. And so whatever the admin can do, you can also do it. We call it session fixation. And then we have the XSS. I demonstrated it to you here when I said that if you come to console, this is the simple thing the person will write. Um, let me even type it here.
Document.
The XSS use JavaScript. So it says script, then we close the script tag. Then inside here, all he will do is alert document dot cookie like this. If he brings this, if he's able to, if he's able to get this into the admin browser, if he's able to get this, there are different ways you can get it in there. You can post it in a comment where we have the stored SSS. I don't want to go into that because I think that some of you are aware. We have stored SSS and we have what? Reflected. Is that not it? Then we have DOM based.
DOM.
Good. So these are the ways he can get by just writing this one into your browser. Some way of getting it there, whether through a comment, whether through sharing the same browser or anything, is going to pop out your PHP session ID, and then he's going to exploit it. Have I answered your question?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just a way of you trying to think around it. But these are three methods you can use to exploit it. You can have a, sorry, let me make it smaller. So you can use the cross-site scripting. You can use the cross-site request forgery attack because he did not set this flag. He didn't set the same site flag. Okay. Any other questions? Let's take questions from Mohammed, and later we'll
Yes.
take questions from Eric.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So, from the developer perspective, I wanted to find out
what vulnerability led to you, like from a logged in user end, where a user is able to, using the tool you used earlier on, how is it possible that the votes for a particular candidate was able to, I mean, increase multiple folds? What vulnerability would you say led to that increment in votes just by a single user?
Okay, so I think I've talked about some of them. Do I have Philip here? Philip.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, okay. So Philip, you are the developer. Okay, but I'm going to give my opinion on it. Then the top developer, he's a very senior developer. I stopped programming around 2, 3 years ago. So
I
um,
didn't, I didn't really hear the question. Looks like I
he's
wasn't.
saying that what vulnerability did I just exploit in order to make somebody vote more than once? So
Okay.
I'm thinking about validation. Anytime you send this one, look here, this thing called votes. Is that okay? This thing called and vote. This thing I'm sending here, it should validate with your session ID to make sure that whatever you are doing, whatever you are doing, has it been performed before by the same person? So uh input, what they call validation of input and whatever, that's what I will attribute it to. So um I wanted to say that you should validate all your inputs and then you should set all the flags. But if you have programmers here, if you have programmers here, kindly help us with this if there are more programmers here.
Oh, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay. There are so many vulnerabilities. Just it doesn't really have to be just one thing. Normally, in every voting platform, we have an admin. Okay, the admin has control over everything. So if you are building a system for a voting platform, one mistake normally developers do is the admins actually are able to tamper with the votes. So you really have to define the controls. Do you understand? You really have to make sure you implement a very strong access control such that a user cannot just easily how do I call it? He can't just easily upgrade himself into an admin. And I don't know if Elvis, you spoke about some of the things that help attackers to upgrade themselves into that of an admin. Did you talk about something like that?
Yeah, we talked about the cookie, only the cookie. We used the cookie, and then we also talked about cracking the password because there was a leakage from the admin site.
Okay. Oh, that's good. So honestly, the most important you have to take care of is access control. Aside access control, the broken authentication is very kind of different from access control. But then you really have to make sure that your access control is very important. And what is an access control? Access control basically prevents people from upgrading themselves. Let's say I am a user, I want to sign in as another user. I used to do that in level 100 when we were voting. You would just try to create so many Gmail accounts, then you use it to vote. But I got to a time that they were not accepting that. They were just accepting only one email. That is the email the school gave you. So use that email to vote. And what we're doing is, since the school basically gave everyone the default password, we're using people's default password to vote for them because they fixed that one. And now another thing they also added is they were not also accepting once you sign in as a one user, let's say with one reference number, the system doesn't allow you to also authenticate into a different one. So access control is very important. You need to make sure that users are not able to change their ID to that of a different user. It's very, very important. If I'm a user and I'm able to change my ID to that of a different user, then what happens is I can basically authenticate as any other person and then vote multiple times. And then also that is just for the user side. And when you go to the admin side, that one make it much more dangerous because if I become the admin, I can basically control everything. And that one is very important. Kindly make sure that these days AI is able to predict passwords. So you really have to make sure that the authentication you are using, you need to really use a very strong encryption algorithm. You can use the SHA-256 or SHA-552. Don't use anything less than 256. And then also think about it. Using a very strong algorithm is very dangerous. In a situation where loses their password, it will be very difficult for you to reset it for them. So sometimes you need to use kind of a moderate one that you can always attend to. So I've spoken about the password that is a very strong encryption. What was the name? Algorithm, a very strong hashing algorithm. There's a difference between hashing and encryption. So a very strong hashing algorithm, and then a very strong encryption algorithm. And then one last thing I'll talk about is your database. You need to make sure the database is very. Some people will not even vote, but they'll find a way to manipulate the database. So you really have to make sure that the database you are using. One site, I was very lucky. One site I hacked, that was I think last year, before I even started the whole thing. The database they were using, everything was actually just a normal SQL injection, just a normal one, just going to type the normal SQL query we all know
Wow.
in the what's the name in the search bar will just pop up everything for you.
Wow.
So you really have to make sure that people will not even try to like just hack the interface. They will go into the database and everything. I know you're a developer, so you know we have the client side, you have the server side. People wouldn't even target the client side. They will just try to go to the server side where they are likely to get your database, and then they will just manipulate the database even without voting. They can just increase it. I mean, even without voting, to make sure both your front end, your back end, everything is safe. Authentications, encryption, access control. You need to implement all of them. And I think always some of these days we have to find time and then showcase how we can use the encryptions in programming. That is when you are
Okay.
programming as a programmer. And so you can
Okay.
find time to demonstrate how you can implement the encryptions. It's very important. Thank you very much, always.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And to the one who asked the question, has it been answered?
Yeah, thank you very much for the response.
Okay. Then let's
Uh,
go to Eric. Eric, your
yeah,
question.
yeah. So first of all, before I go to the initial question I have, um, the guy who just explained, I think Philip, right?
Yeah.
Great. So he mentioned something which I just wanted to I want us to take a quick look at because I'm also a developer. And then he did mention that when you want to hash a password, you should use a very strong algorithm, which I agree with 100%. But then he also went ahead and said that it shouldn't be too strong. And the reason is that in an event where a user forgets the password, you help them reset the password. And on what I do, I use quite a different approach because if the user forgets the password, there is no need trying to know because from the database you can go there and see the hash password, right? But you don't have to go and reverse the hashing to know their password and tell them that this is their password. The practice I do is I just generate a token, save it in a database, maybe in a different table, and then send one to them via email. The moment they are able to confirm, and with of course with several